Hello, everyone! Welcome! According to an author, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but to live a life without a purpose. Maybe you're one of those people who are still seeking for a purpose. You may ask, why am I here? What is the purpose of my life? Today, we'll be joining with someone who experienced a turnaround in the road of life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joy.
Hello, Jai.
Hi, Joy!
Wow,
Finally!
it's good to see you glowing and really beautiful in that outfit.
You too. But thank you. Thank you for accepting our invitation for us, for you, and for us to talk about your turnaround. So, how did you get to this point, doing what you do together with your husband and your daughter?
It's a long story, but
Where
there's
shall
always
we
a
start?
Yeah, that's right. Well, just to give a background, I was born in a nominal Catholic family where we don't really care much of the spiritual matter. But this one, there was a time when I was teenager, just around 11, 12, that I joined a community. It's a Catholic-based community. And that began my exposure to who Jesus is, and as well as to many activities, leadership, to outreach, to just about anything that helped me get out from my shell and to begin serving and to understand what it means to serve the Lord and to serve others. So it's a wonderful time of experience and exposure. It was good.
So you can say that that was the genesis of this long journey.
Yes.
I fast forward to college. So why did you take up accountancy?
At first, I didn't really know what to do with my undergrad.
Okay.
I don't really think that I knew what I wanted to do with my whole life. Pero since my mom, she's also an accountancy graduate, she encouraged me to take up that same course. Of course, it's different in her time and my time. But yes, that is to honor my mom. And secondly, because I was scared, as they say, what courses should you take up to, gain a good living after? Kay saan man ni imong course kung dili makatrabaho og tarong, and accountancy seems to be a very highly demanded job.
Yeah.
Kaya, okay, let's just try it out.
Have you really made a blueprint of what your future will look like?
Not really. Accountancy didn't really give me that inspiration to think of what I want to do in the future. But my involvement with the youth community did open my eyes to that parang there's an inner stirring in me that I wanted to do something more. I wanted to reach out to those who are hurting. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to volunteer into these tasks that are bigger than myself. And so that became like a season of parang there was a planting of seed of vision of what I wanted to do with my life.
You took a review for CPA.
That's right.
And I heard that there was a turnaround during that time.
Yes.
So can you elaborate on that turnaround that happened to your life?
Yeah, well, it's very, actually when I recall, I felt like that was really the moment where I had to make a decision that would change my life forever. Because I remember before I graduate, I was the leader in this community.
Okay.
And so I was expected to do and to behave like a leader and to be a good model. But that gave a burden in me. Like, how can I be a good leader and a role model? Kaya when I graduated college, still having that role of being a leader, how am I going to live my life after college that would continue to serve that role? And then suddenly I felt like I am on a crossroad of what am I going to do with my life after graduation? Am I going to pursue this expected career that most of my classmates really took? Or am I going to do really something different that I knew na ako'y passion in serving and volunteering? So what I did after graduation in the CPA review time, I sought the Lord. No, I started seeking the Lord. And I came to the point that I said, you know what? Are you really real, God?
So you want to challenge God.
I really did challenge
So
God.
what was your challenge?
My challenge to the Lord was, if you're real, I will serve and follow you and give my everything to you. But if you're not, then perhaps I might choose a different way or just live my own life as I would want it. So I began seeking the Lord. I began reading the Bible. And just like a little child, the Lord has brought me into a journey of storytelling of who He is. From the beginning of creation, good level like Genesis. Who is God? He is the creator. And if He is not real, why is there creation? Diba? So I
Exactly.
was convinced that God is real because nobody could make the clouds. Nobody could make all this beautiful, majestic creation by just human hands. God is real.
So that moment was your turnaround, you could say.
I would say that was the start, but the main climax of my turnaround was when I began reading the Bible again in Matthew, Mark, Luke, kaning Gospels. Pag abot na ko sa book of John, I remember reading when Jesus said, when I am lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men to me. And all of a sudden, it's like something opened in my mind and in my heart. And I said, what? Jesus will draw all men to Him, including me? And there is just this assurance that because of what He has done on the cross, there is an assurance that I will go back to the Lord. He will draw all men back to Him. And I'm part of that. And there is this parang just a freedom that I don't have to be afraid anymore. Because I know where I'm going. I know what is next in this lifetime. So I wanted to pour my life for that cause.
So all these things were happening during your review for accountancy.
Yes. This was really the review
For
time.
CPA board
And
exam.
you know what was funny? I should say, my classmates were so busy reading accounting books because it's a review, right?
Yes.
It was intensive. I also did read my accounting books, but I read more of the Bible at that time because I cannot really contain my hunger. In fact, I would go to the mass every day, which is just walking distance, like 5 minutes away from my boarding house at that time. And then one time, there was a review class, and one of our lecturers said, you know, you really have to pass the board exam because the opportunities are so great. You can go to these places like Dubai and international employments, and you will earn at least 100,000 per month. And my classmates were like, mga kauban ako sa review, their eyes really lit up because wow, that's such a good future. No? Tinood ba ya?
Yes.
Kasi may di gustuhan na.
Diba? Dako ang 100,000.
But you know what happened inside my heart listening to that? I said, that's not the kind of life that I want. There's so much more than gaining money.
So there's more to life.
Definitely. And you know, after that class, I didn't eat my meal. I just sought the Lord and I said, I don't want to spend my life just earning money. What is it for? I went to the church and I remember at that time, ano ko ginabasa nga book about walking on water. You know, when Jesus calls Peter walking on water.
Okay.
But anyway, I went to the church and I just did something like I lit a candle. And after, when I turned around after lighting the candle, may namaligya sa ako bitag pang St. Peter, nga picture, anya, murag na siya, murag pang good luck lugar or apil ang prayer, murag novena type. And, ma'am, tag 15 lang ni ma'am.
So, di palit ka?
Nagka-shock ko. Hala, pagdangan ako sa akong pocket, I didn't really have 15 pesos. Ko, hala, G's raman ako, parta. Yan, gibawi. Yan, gipuli. Si Jesus nga sticker nga walking on water.
Wow.
So naka-afford ko kay Jesus man to. Pero you know what happened to me at that time? I said, wow, God is speaking to me. Because I've already been reading about walking on water. And now na ako'y picture na dawat si Jesus mismo nag-walk on water. So I told God, unsa man ang imong ginastorya dahil sa ako, Lord.
What was the answer?
So that's where I kept on reading the Bible. I kept on seeking and go, Lord, why should I give my life for you and for your cause? And then that's where the challenge is. It's like Jesus telling me, are you willing to walk on water? Are you willing to leave your comfort zone, your boat, so you can walk on that supernatural and walk in the purpose that I have called you?
What
to
was
walk
your
on?
response?
It wasn't easy. It was a yes by the grace of God. It was really not easy because it means letting go of my future career, the expectations of men. Many people will be disappointed. But I told God yes because I said, if Jesus gave his whole life for me, I shouldn't give him anything less than my whole life for him,
Wow.
right? And it shouldn't be anything less than that.
So, gibiyaan ni mo
So I
ang
remember
review?
the very yes, I remember closing my accounting book that very day, and I said, "This is done. I'm not gonna look back with kind of boat anymore. I will follow the Lord. I don't know how exactly I'm gonna do it, but I'm available." So I left my entire review. I didn't finish it. I called my mom and I said, "I want to serve the Lord. I'm going back home." No, and you could just imagine kung ikaw kung mama mo, murag, lisod siguro dawaton. No.
Murag, sa tanan akong gasto sa imo.
That's right.
Sa college, then mo ka sa mga karon.
So the journey began, my walking on water, but I know I have found my purpose. I know it's about serving God. And it was like the rich man found a great pearl of price.
Okay.
And he sold everything to buy that pearl. And that's exactly my experience. And I said, Jesus is really worth it.
Can you really say that the biggest choice you made in life was leaving the review and following Jesus?
Yes, not particularly leaving the review, but it's actually letting go of that parang pre-planned na ako nga future, you know? It's the whole thing of letting go of my own plans so that I can follow His plan for my life. And that's really radical. I would say it's very costly. It's been 12 years now already, but I have found that that's where my life actually really started very meaningfully. Ang ako ang pag-step out and follow Him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that was the most radical choice you made in life.
Yes, it is.
So what would you like to say to those who are still seeking their purpose right now?
Yeah, so if you are someone, karon no, that you can feel that wala pa gyud ka ana sa point sa imong life that you have found your purpose, I want you to know this. You are created with a purpose. It has been anything in anyone's design, just like a light bulb. If wala siya light, wala siya purpose. But you and I are complex, beautifully, wonderfully made human being, and we have been created for a purpose. Where could you find the answer? What is your purpose? What is my life for? You really have to start asking your creator or your maker. And the Bible is a very good starting point for it. If you wanted to make the first step of really knowing what to live and die for, seek the Lord. And once you found it, your purpose in life, pour everything you have in that. Our life is too short to be wasted on some other things. And don't worry, it might be costly to really follow that plan of God sa imong kinabuhi. It will be worth it in the end.